you hear me up there? Yes, I know you're there. Hi. And good, only 2 people on the steps. You're forward, so that's good. So, welcome to the Monterey Bay Aquarium and our beautiful kelp forest. In a few minutes, we're going to have Lauren come down in the exhibit. She's a diver. She has special equipment. She'll be feeding the fish and talking to us. And by the way, you are on the internet, so say, "Hi, Mom!" Like I said, my name is Terry. I am a volunteer at the aquarium, as is Lauren. There's over 1,000 volunteers. It's really good. If you're thinking about volunteering, it's really fun. But when we first opened the aquarium, it was our premier exhibit, and it really still is. This is our kelp forest. If you've looked at our logo, our logo is the top of the kelp plant, just to show you how important we think it is. And the reason we think the kelp forest is so important is because 2 reasons. First of all, it's beautiful. It's a protected, marine protected area, so it's the equivalent of a national park. It's a real national treasure. And the second reason is it's like a small rural town. Like in a small town, you have the postmaster, the grocer, everybody has a function and they all work together. And that's how our kelp forest is. It's like a community. It's also like a forest. The kelp is like the apartment buildings, and it's provides home on the ground, and also kelp doesn't have roots. It has what's called a holdfast that holds it onto rocks, and inside that holdfast is a nursery for all kinds of little things. It's really cool. There's itty bitty baby starfish, and little tiny crabs and everything hiding in it. And then you've got like the sea cucumbers, the bat stars crowding around on the floor. And then in the middle level of the high rise, you've got all of these rockfish, which now, if you see them sitting there, they're not sick, they're lazy. Rockfish are what is called ambush predators, so they just kind of hang there and wait. Lunch, maybe, will swim into their mouth. And then of course we have the very top, which is where the seabirds and all the things you see from the ocean are there. So this is providing a home for all of these different creatures. It's providing food. It's a hiding place, especially for the babies. So it's a whole community getting together. Now there's a couple of creatures.
Hello.
Oh, Lauren. Hi, Lauren.
Hi, how are you guys doing today?
Are we doing good?
Oh, I've got some hungry fish that are telling me to get going, so I'll start doing that. Woo, sheephead. So this is the female sheephead right here, this little rosy fish right here. She's actually going straight up to the bucket. So what I've got in this bucket here
also has an interesting future. When she gets big enough and dominant enough, she's going to become a male. So if you see a black fish with orange around its belly, that is the male sheephead, and let me know if you spot it. That used to be the female sheephead.
Yeah, the male sheephead is actually black with a big orange stripe down the middle of him. He's actually quite easy to spot.
Yep, but fish being smarter than people, they only eat when they're hungry.
Yeah, so if you see any fish that aren't coming up to it, don't worry, they're going to get food one day, they just aren't hungry today.
These fish are a lot hungrier than they usually are, Lauren. What do you think's causing that?
Actually, these guys are really hungry because their metabolism is based on temperature, and the water here today is about mid-60s, which is really rare for Monterey. We actually usually see, high 50s, maybe low 60s here, so these guys are really active because they're not used to this warm temperature.
And the sheephead just swam kind of behind you, so you can't see it, but it's still around. I'll point it to it again, but not talk about it anymore. Oh, shark! Shark!
Yeah, the liquid sharks, these guys are really cool. They have really small mouths on the bottom of their bodies, and so they like to swim along the bottom of the seafloor and look for anything kind of squishy like this squid I have in my hand. I'm not sure if you guys can see it, there's so many fish. But then they'll come along and just slip it up or use their Velcro-like teeth to eat the food off the bottom of the seafloor.
Are they dangerous?
No, they're not. And these liquid sharks actually represent the majority of sharks that are out in the wild. Sharks actually kind of have a bad rap. Most sharks aren't dangerous to humans at all, and they are quite cool to swim around. When I find one in the wild, I actually feel pretty lucky and happy to find one.
And they are leopard sharks, not tiger sharks, not to be confused. If they were tiger sharks, Lauren, be out of here.
Yeah. Oh, hello, leopard shark. Trying to get my bucket here.
One thing, all of these rockfish that are swimming around here, and also the flatfish, the flounders, and the halibut, and all of those other fish, but especially the rockfish. We have this thing called the seafood watch card, where we have 8 different versions for what part of the country you're in, or a national version, or a sushi version, and it gives you ideas, best choices, good alternatives, and avoid on seafood. There's also really good apps for iPhone and Android. But it's so exciting. We've been talking about these cards, asking people just to ask questions when you're in a restaurant or in a grocery store or whatever. And we've been asking the fishermen. So now we have this marine protected area and the seafood watch card, and guess what? The rockfish went from the green list or red list to the green list. So thank you everybody for that did the seafood watch. Yay!
Thank you for being involved in keeping a sustainable ocean. And in fact, when you're talking about sustainable food, all of this fish that I am feeding our lovely creatures here is sustainably caught as well to make sure we keep a healthy ocean. And so, the rockfish are quite interesting creatures. They have a thing in their body called a swim bladder, and it keeps them naturally buoyant in the water. So if you see them in the exhibit just kind of hanging in one spot without moving, there's nothing wrong with them. They're actually just doing what they're supposed to. They conserve energy by using that swim bladder to keep them naturally buoyant, so they don't have to fight to stay up or keep down.
Yeah, here's some of them right here just chilling out on the ledge. They're totally healthy. Just taking a break.
Being mauled by leopard sharks, they're like giant puppies.
fishermen totally support the marine protected areas, the seafood watch card, everything, the local fishermen. And by going along with these steps, their catch has greatly increased. So the fishermen are very happy with all the progress we've made. And we thank the fishermen.
Oh yeah.
And Whole Foods. You are really getting swamped in there.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of fish right here. One really cool fish that I like that's in this exhibit is the really bright orange fish. I don't know if you guys have seen it. I can't see it right now.
She can't see it right there, right down here.
Yeah, it's actually one right next to you too, Terry, in the window. But they are a California breed steam fish, and they're called the Bali. And they're cool guys because the males actually tend to find a spot that they let intended, like a little garden, and the fish with the best garden ends up getting the least.
I've also heard about one of our fish in here called the blacksmith, and he's a perfect example of the community, how everything goes around. The blacksmith, like a lot of fish, goes into a crevice and sleeps at night, but he also, messes in his bed is maybe a polite way to say it, and his nutrients during the night come out and provide more food for the rest of the community. So he is providing food in his sleep by pooing.
Wow, yeah. Another fish that I like that hides out in Tennessee is called the bluegill. I'm not sure if you guys have been able to see him. But he normally hangs out right behind me in a hole in this thing right here. And he is he's called a bluegill, but he's actually a fish. But he looks long and slender like an eel. And he is has a little ugly monkey face when you see him, but he actually mates for life with a significant other.
That's really cool. I love bluegills because if you see their face, they have really strange looking faces. They remind me of the little hecklers in the Muppet programs, but they are monogamous for life. They curl up in little caves under the ocean, and it's just, bluegills are romantic in spite of their funny looking faces.
Yeah, I was trying to get him to put out there. He's not going for it today. Not hungry.
Okay, well, we're just about out of time. So, and it looks like you have a lot of food left. So, are you gonna continue to feed, and then are you gonna be available up on top later?
Yeah, so after the show, I'm gonna go around and feed some of the shiner fish that are as aggressive as these big fish that are coming up today. And
Oh, you know what, Lauren? I'm sorry to interrupt you. We forgot to feed the sardines.
Oh, we did. So I have a buddy up top who's making sure all my air systems are doing good, and he will throw in a giant bucket of krill for the sardines. And this is an example of broadcast feeding.
Those little silver fish up at the top, can you see them? She's going to throw in krill, which will be pink right up at the top. That's either Annie or Jamie up there. They were going to have a shift change. But
There it is. So as you can see, there's a giant pink cloud above me. If they're really hungry, it won't make it down here. If they aren't, then it usually rains on me.
yep, like I said, they're smarter than people. They're not hungry, they don't eat.
But like we were talking before, I will be available at the top after I go and make sure all the little shy fish are fed like they're supposed to. And you guys enjoy your day, and I hope you enjoyed the show.
Thank you, Lauren. That was great. And I will also be here if you have more questions. And we both want to thank you so much for coming to the aquarium today.